Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with another of our little communist China playthrough. That's right. I bet you're all excited for this, at least as excited as I am. That's right, I really like playing as the People's Republic of China and doing work. Like, seriously. I think this is probably the most fun I can have with this game in all the time that I've put into it thus far. Again, I've always found the struggle of the Communist Chinese to be incredibly interesting, as opposed to some of the other aspects of the World War II, basically of the World War. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. This is going to be great. You're going to be great. I'm going to love it. You're going to love it. Everybody's going to love it. It's just going to be delicious. Now, there's a lot of great mods. Now, I know I've kind of mentioned this in passing before, but I guess I should probably go into a bit more depth with what I'm talking about real quick before we continue on with the playthrough. There's a lot of really cool mods out there. There is the Expanded Industry mod, which is a great mod that adds more basically adds resource production. It adds additional technologies on the tech tree in terms of let's see, if you go to, I can't remember it because it's not here, but needless to say, you'll have additional industry options right here and so on and so forth. There's also the August Storm mod, which basically makes it to where the timeline goes all the way up as far as 1979 on infantry and tanks, and not really support battalions. I don't think they really change all that much, but in artillery, stuff like that. There's some nice big changes there. Here and there, in that mod. The Black Ice mod, another great mod that I highly suggest if anyone's interested in modding. There's a whole bunch, but the ones that really have my eye right now, like I said, are the Expanded Industry, the Black Ice mod, and the August Storm mod, which are all really fun, and I really like them. The Persia Rising is also another interesting mod. It makes it to where Iran has its own focus tree, and you can go and fight in Iraq and so on like that. It basically makes Iran an interesting choice to play as, so we might do that in the future as well. Again, I very much like Hearts of Iron IV. There is another one called Lords of Winter, where you can play as Finland. That's also a really cool mod. I haven't tried that one personally, but it looks really cool, and I've seen the actual focus trees, and it's pretty extensive. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and focus on China. Oh, and one other mod I should mention is the China Expansion mod, which I did mention in the last video. It is a pretty cool mod. It adds a lot of custom historical portraits for many of the leaders. It changes many of the names to more historically accurate names. And personally, I like it. I tend to play with it on if I play as Communist China because it just makes it more interesting. I may link all of these mods in the description of the video, so keep that in mind for all those who are interested in the modding community of Hearts of Iron IV. And with that said, we're preparing for our assault. Oh, it looks like I already set the lines, so I don't really need to set a secondary line now, did I? No, I did not. So, did we do the justification for the war goal? No, we did not. Alright, so it's going to take 120 days, and those are going to be our targets, as those three, because that's pretty much all they've got. We're going to let some time pass, and these dudes are going to get on the front line like they bloody well should. Yes, this fellow's going to go up here. I don't know why he's not. I think it's kind of odd. Well, I guess, I don't know. There's 5 divisions here. Truly, it would make more sense to take 1 or 2 of these divisions and move them here. We can move directly to the west in a sweeping arc kind of movement, like with this dude coming across, essentially, is what I'm thinking. And you know what? We're going to make him his own army. That's right, give him a new commander. Mao Zedong, angered by mob posturing. Yes, piss on him. Hu Qiao is going to be the commander of this secondary force. This is going to be his front line, and his offensive line is essentially going to be to move here to this area here. And you know what? We'll give him 2 soldiers. That's right. So now he's got 2 divisions to make him just a smidge more effective. And these other 2 divisions are going to go to Mao Zedong. Allow him to continually do that construction effort. Awesome. Sweet. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Oh, well, interesting. Yep, as we all know, that is a historical thing that really happened. The purges. Yes. No bueno, sir. No bueno for any Russian officers involved with it, I would very well imagine. Let's bring one more division down here. I feel like we might not have enough divisions kind of spread out on our line here. But after that, we should be pretty much good to go. Until, the war justification itself is actually complete. Which, if we look here, it will not be done until the 19th of December. So pretty much we're just going to sit here and look deeply into each other's eyes. Really get to know each other, Xibei-Sanma and the People's Republic of China. After Xibei-Sanma shall come Xinjiang. We'll bring them down as well. They will all fall in due time. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. We accept a truce for now. Absolutely, we accept a truce. Confront the attack with whatever we can. Defeat, of course we would. Lost 5,000 manpower and 75 political power. We'll just have to rectify that particular mistake here in the future now, won't we, damn it? Apparently the People's Republic is not fighting hard enough. Anyway, one other thing we are going to do that I did not think about until someone mentioned it in the comments is that we should boost the political power of the Communist Party in nationalist China, which is a great idea. I did not think about it, but when you play as China, you start to have bits and pieces break off of China and join the People's Republic. So it would seem to me that that would be a great idea. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And soon enough, we're going to join the Comintern with the Soviet Union. Get powered up with those big bastards up there. And hopefully they're going to help us bring down Japan in the future. Because Japan, every single time that I've played, follows its historical route of going to war with China and so on and so forth. Personally, I would much more prefer to see Japan not do that and instead puppet China like its national focus tree allows it to do. But it won't. Again, the limitations of the AI sometimes are kind of interesting, especially when the developers left so much room for the AI to really just freak the fuck out. And they don't do it. It's an absolute shame. Truly it is. So, but no big deal, I suppose. So we're going to go for Toad Arch. No, you know what? We should probably do this. Pocket Defense. Supply Grace gives us 2 more days on supplies. Minus 10% to out-of-supply units. So yeah, we're going to go move towards that. And after we get Concentrated Industry, we're going to swap that one over and get the other thing we need. Alright, so it looks like it is now time for us to go to war with Xibei-Sanma. And we are going to bring them down. Charlie Brown. We're going to wreck them. Our men are prepared and ready. Well, apparently they're still preparing, but you know what? I don't care. Push! Push, my men! Take this land like you were always meant to do. And you guys go that way. You guys go that way. You guys go that way. Sometimes the AI doesn't want to push, which bugs the dog shit out of me. So you kind of got to take control of them yourself and tell them to stop being fucking stupid. For example, right here, we're losing this engagement because this division's not engaging. No worries, we'll just attack and break up the enemy forces in the area, thus disorienting them and whatnot. We're going to move that division. It's just going to go on to its never-ending march to the west, on to Golmund. The faster we take this country, the faster we can move on with our lives, as far as I'm concerned. Now, something else in our overall scheme of things that we should keep in mind is while, yes, we will be taking Xibei-Sanma and Xinjiang, we will not be immediately going for Menkukuo. Because if we go for Menkukuo, that will basically invoke the anger of Japan. Now, Japan is a pretty easy beast to handle early on if you have the assistance of the Soviet Union. Now, one thing I would like to actually mention that I found interesting from my own Japan playthrough is that bringing down the Soviet Union is total bullshit. Like, come on, I knew it was hard, but damn, man. Like, pretty much, if you don't have your supplies in order and you're fighting a two-front war or something like that, you are not going to be able to take over the Soviet Union. You will run out of supplies, your men will freeze and starve to death, and it will just be a whole whole situation of buttfuck, essentially. And there's no other nice way of putting it. Yeah, I know I said I was going to do that other thing I said I was going to do, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do this instead. And it's going to work out just fine, just fine. Take my word on it. I know what I'm doing. I'm the Commissar, bro, afterwards. Come on, my sweet communist Chinese soldiers. Get your asses moving and let's conquer this country. Reunified at last it shall be, under our sweet command. Yes. Oh, look, they actually had troops in Goldmund. No bueno. Stop pushing to Goldmund. You're not going to take it. You don't have enough reinforcements. How's our enemy looking? Well, it looks like they're pretty much almost done. Yeah, see, they're already at 60. They've lost 40% of their total victory points, which means we are just scooting right along, Daddy-O, and bringing down the Zibei Sanma resistance. It's all just quite delicious now, isn't it? Now, they're still holding off in this territory, which is depressing, because I kind of want them to die sooner rather than later to make my job easier. And once we take Goldmund, if we take Goldmund like now, that's pretty much game right there, man. We just got to take over Goldmund and eliminate the enemy forces in that respect. Yes. And we're going to bring in these dudes coming from the north and attack these two divisions that are holding out here. They're not going to hold out forever. One divisions that are holding out here. They're not going to hold out forever, but clearly they're going to hold out long enough to piss me off. Come on, man. Push through them. Push through them. Show them the business. Extra research slot. Sweet. And the Hindenburg happened. Oh, that's such a shame. Alright, so we're going to go for armaments now that we've got the extra research slot that we need. We're going there. Research. Blah, 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 blah. What did I say I was going to do? I don't remember what I said I was going to do now. Artillery, that's right. We're going to get Tier 1 artillery. That's going to be important when we start fighting against the Japanese. The Japanese, if you haven't played with them, have some pretty nasty armies. So, like, their divisions are set up. They're very expensive to make, but damn are they effective. They are very, very effective and do a considerable amount of attack. Alright, so we're moving up. Eventually, we're going to take Goldmund. I don't know how long it's going to take. Apparently, it's going to take forever. How many casualties have we taken? We've only lost 1,000 and we've killed 21,000. Those are my kind of odds. And we still haven't lost more than 1K. You know what I wish it would keep track of? I wish it would keep track of how many kills you've got. I probably mentioned that in a previous video. But seriously, one of my biggest problems with this game is it does not keep track of total casualties lost throughout the game. That seems like it would be an incredibly interesting little factoid to know. By the time you get to, like, oh, I don't know, 1945, it'd be nice to see the overall amount of casualties you've taken in that long hustle and bustle of war that you had going on. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I think that would be really, really crazy to just kind of look back and be like, oh, so that's how many people I lost? That's not good. And then it's like, no, it is not. You lost 10 million men. That's horrible. That's horrendous. But yeah, like, essentially on the score screen, it seems like it would just be great to see that. Like, you know, when the game's over. I mean, the game's over anyway, and you figure if it keeps track of how many troops die in wars and whatnot, as you can see, 22K and 1K, you think at the end of the game it could keep track of how much manpower you've lost throughout the whole war. Like, just an overall kill count of how many men that died to attrition, that died to battles, that died to whatever. That seems like it would just be an incredibly interesting thing. Like I said, it seems to be a slight oversight that they didn't have it in the first place, but, you know, what do I know? What do I know? Alright, we're going to merge all this into Army 1. 17 sexy divisions ready for delectable conquest. Yes, our initial combat is not enough to sate the lust of the People's Republic of China. We're going to push, by God, we're going to push hard and heavy. And our opponents are not going to know how to feel about it. They're going to start to question themselves. Question if this is something they've wanted all along. For some sweet Chinese action. That's right. It's getting kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's the point. Anyway, let's move this division up there. Strategically redeploy these divisions, Mr. Mao Zedong, because it's taking way too goddamn long for them to get to where they need to be getting. Had done got, bro. So let's go ahead and start justifying war against Xinjiang. We're going to retake the core state. We want all of it. That's right, baby. We want it all, not just a little bit, all of it. So we've got some free buildings. Ooh, let's most certainly build a military factory right there. The more the merrier. You can never have too many military factories as far as I'm concerned. And war with nationalist China is most certainly going to happen in the future. Look at that. 27% of their party believes in communism. That's right. That means we are doing a great job right now, my good man. A great job. And Japan is justifying against us. Of course they are. They always do. Why would they change now, right? Right. Alright, let's move that dude over. Yes, strategically redeploy. Get over there, Mr. Nancy. War with Xinjiang is going to be swift. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be the likes of which the world has never seen. And we're going to go ahead and get into a faction with the Soviet Union. That's right. Oh, man. I bet Japan is like, oh, we're not fucking with communist China now. They will eat us for breakfast. Yes, you're right. You are absolutely right there. Japan, we are going to eat you if you touch us in any way that might be considered inappropriate. Yes, the Japanese build up on Chinese border, and Japan declared war on China. China's going to be like, hey, China, communist China, you want to be our buddy? You want to help us out in the war? And you know what we're going to say? We're going to say go to hell. We don't want what you're peddling, motherfucker. We don't give a shit. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. That's right, things are going our way, and it looks like we're just going to keep conquering things until there's nothing left to conquer. As far as I'm concerned, that's perfectly acceptable. Pocket defense. Alright, end. China's under attack. They have to handle Japan without our help, because we're worried about Xinjiang. Anyway, this has been CB. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see all you beautiful people next time.